Good evening, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. It's usually evening when I'm cooking, so I'm telling the truth. I'm glad y'all are here, and if this is your first time to visit, welcome to Apron Strings. Come on in the kitchen and visit. I cook a little and talk a lot. And today is our day for a meal for one or two. So I've had a request from Randy to do shrimp fried rice. So today we're going to have a recipe for shrimp fried rice for one or two. Now you're going to need some pre-cooked rice. And I told y'all before that when I cook rice I usually add some onion soup mix to it. So mine's a little brown colored, it just has extra flavor. We'll need soy sauce and some frozen peas and carrots, some garlic and onion, a little bit of oil, and about a pound of shrimp, a half to a pound of shrimp. And I bought some shrimp that was for cocktail sauce at Kroger that we like. And I wanted to have fresh shrimp today, but I didn't get to the store and get some. So I'm going to use some of this frozen pre-cooked shrimp, but it'll still be good. This is good sweet shrimp. I hesitated to buy this, but let me just tell you, it's very, very good. So I'm going to take some of these out, and that's what I'm putting in our shrimp fried rice today. But you can use fresh ones. And if you use fresh ones, then you just put them in the skillet and cook them until they're opaque or a pink color, and they're ready to go. But we're going to use frozen ones today, and and you need an egg too. And I'm going to stir them right in there till they get warm and ready to eat. So let me get stuff going, and I'll get y'all over here to the butcher block. Meet me at the butcher block, and we'll get this going. Y'all know how I am about gadgets, and I know you can't see all of me, but I want you to see what's going on right here. I had told a friend of mine that this don't work. You put your garlic in there. You can put more than one, but you roll it, and it peels it for you. Didn't get all of it off of that one. I didn't do it long enough. Let's try another one. I peeled a whole bag for in the refrigerator. I didn't need them all. Look at there. She's as clean as a whistle. So yes, Cindy, these do work. I've had this a long time from Pampered Chef, and when Lauren was here the other day and we were making pizza, she wanted to know if I had one. I said, yeah, but I don't think they work. She said, oh, it does work, Nana. And let me just tell you, she just peeled that garlic and nothing flat. And I had peeled garlic to make chicken with 40 cloves of garlic, and I didn't use it all. So I have some extra, but I wanted to show y'all that it works. So now I need to chop about a half of an onion, and let me get these garlic peelings over here in the trash. I've got 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm not going to use a wok. I do have a wok. Can you believe that I have a wok and it's a gadget? Everybody don't have one, so I want y'all to know that you can make this without using a wok. So I'm just going to cut the root end off. And I'm not professional, so I just have my own little ways of doing stuff, so y'all can just watch me chop this time. Most of the time I get this done ahead of time. But I just chop it like that and cut it a little bit, however small I want it, and then I chop it again. Or I use that little bitty food processor, but today I'm just going to do it this way. And it doesn't have to be real small because we're putting it in. Part of it was discolored, so I'm going to cut it off. I don't mind having bigger pieces in my fried rice, so I'm just kind of chopping it. Just a half of a medium onion. Let's see, there's a little bit there I can use. And then we want to mince our garlic. And I don't have a lot of hand strength, so I'm going to put it in my garlic press. And if you're like me and you sometimes can and sometimes can't, put the handle against something solid and you'll have something to press against, and you can mince it. Sometimes I can do it, and sometimes my hands just absolutely refuse to work for me. So let's get the one more done. We're supposed to have about a teaspoonful. I think that's probably about a teaspoonful, and you still have some skin on it. Okay, we've got that ready. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to heat the oil, and we're going to put the peas and carrots, onion and garlic, and just saute it for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to get my oil heating on a medium high, and when it gets hot, then we'll put everything in there and get it going. We're going to put that in there and get it done. Then we're going to scooch it over to the side, and we're going to scramble our egg, and then we'll add the rice and the soy and blend it all together. And then we're going to scoot all that to the side, and we'll add our shrimp in. So once I get this in there, I'll bring y'all back, and I'm going to cut those shrimp in pieces where they won't be so big, and it won't be long that we'll be ready to add our soy sauce and have our meal ready. This is what Troy and I are going to have for lunch. I made a run almost to Galveston this morning. I needed some cloth for an apron that some folks had ordered, and our Joann's ran out of the fabric, and they're not getting any more. I couldn't order it online. They found one store within the Houston area that had any in stock, and that was Joann's down at Webster. And so they had 3 yards and 13 inches. Well, I wanted 3 yards and 12 inches because that will make 3 aprons. So I went down there and got it, and my plans were to go on into Galveston and go sit over there at the seawall and watch and listen to the waves and hear the gulls, and to go to the Kitchen Chick, which is a kitchen store there in Galveston that I absolutely love. But the weather was bad. The wind started blowing, and it was dark, and I knew I'd be in rush hour traffic coming back home, and it's about a little over an hour down there. So I just came on back home, and guess what? Sunny day pretty soon. I'm going back to Galveston, and I will take my phone with me to do some videos inside the store and show y'all. And when I go down, Galveston Beach is not pretty like Destin and Gulf Shores and all that. It's not blue water and white sand, but it's the sound of the waves and the sound of the gulls that's peaceful to me, and I enjoy a trip down there. I'm going to add my onions and my garlic and the frozen peas and carrots. And these peas and carrots had a little bit of corn in them, so we're going to have a little corn in ours. I am going to bring the camera on over here in just a jiffy because y'all need to see when we scoot everything to the side and add the next product. But right now, I think we're okay like this. Just showing you that I'm putting it in. You could do this with like fajita chicken and have chicken fried rice. You can do it without any seasoning like that in it and just have fried rice. Now I'm going to let that go for about 5 minutes. And I'm just going to try to cut them in half. They are frozen, but I'm going to run water over them. I don't want to put them in the microwave. I don't like that. I need to stir this stuff over here. And it's taking as long is because the peas and carrots were frozen, and we need to let them fall. So I'm going to cut that fire down just a smidge. Now these still have the tail on them, and I don't want the tail, so I'm going to get the tails off of them. And I just pinch them and get them off. And I like to save these in a baggie, and if I'm going to cook something and I want a little bit of a shrimp flavor, or make a shrimp sauce, I boil that and make broth. So those will go in a baggie in the freezer. Sometimes a little bit of the meat stays in them, and that adds a little extra flavor too. I was missing in action Tuesday, y'all. I'm sorry. A few things going on in the family that just took some time. Well, I put that tail in the wrong pile and those shrimp in the wrong pile. Poor old soul. Let's see. I have a good recipe for lasagna for two, and I'm be making that for long because I'm kind of hungry for some lasagna. So that may be next week's from 1 or 2. I keep saying that I'm going to make it, and I just don't get all my ingredients together, so I'll have to do that. White fishy on fishy here. Okay, I'm just going to cut them in half. You wouldn't have to do that if you like big old pieces of shrimp. But this way, they're already bite size. Boy, our weather's gloomy here. It's cloudy and yucky, and I left a tail on there and there. Sometimes they hide among the stuff, and I can't see them. Man, we got a lightning storm, loud thunder and lightning and rain, and it was like the next day everything had been colored with a green neon. It greened everything up, and we've got some potatoes planted, and I haven't been down to look, but Troy said it was like they just jumped. They grew so much. It's the nitrogen in the lightning that helps your plants to grow like that. Rainwater. That's why rainwater is so good for stuff, is because of the nitrogen that's in it. Okay, our next step is we're going to add our rice. No, we're going to scramble our egg. We're going to push our rice to the side and scramble our eggs. So let me get y'all over there to the stove. I don't want you to miss any details. And while I was talking, some of my onions got a little brown, but we're going to use them. I'm just going to put this egg in here, and I hope that I can just scramble it like I'm supposed to here. Now I'm going to push it to the side, and I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And I'm going to add my rice in. 1.5 cups. Let this all heat really good. Stir-fried rice or fried rice, you just always start with your cooked, either white, brown, but it's usually white rice. This is white rice. I told y'all it's a darker color because when I cooked it, I put onion soup mix in it for extra flavor. And so you're going to always start with your rice. Generally it has onion and garlic, peas and carrots in it. It doesn't have corn, but my bag had corn in it too. And then you season it, you know, with some soy. Taste it, because the soy is very salty. That's why we're not adding salt. But we may want to add a little bit of extra onion and garlic powder. We're going to taste of it here in a minute. Now, this is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Get this all mixed up, and if my rice were not already brown, this would change the color. It's going to change it a little bit anyway, but if I'd have gotten a wooden spoon, y'all wouldn't be having all this blackboard scraping sound and noise going on. Did y'all like it when you was in school and kids would scrape their fingernails on the blackboard? I didn't like that. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. Okay, I've got this all mixed together. So I'm going to add in the shrimp. And let's see, my OXO measuring cup that just bends and works just whatever I need it to do. Now I'm just going to cook these, and if it was in a wok, it'd be on real high heat. But I'm just going to cook them here so my shrimp will fall, because they're already fully cooked. And then my shrimp fried rice will be ready. Okay, here's our shrimp fried rice. And what I like to do is take some fresh green onions and snip over the top. And I'm not putting this in a bowl. When I fix something like this, we serve ourselves quote-unquote buffet style, because there's not really a lot of food to choose from, but we bring our plate and fix it and go sit down at the table and eat. But let me tell you, we do sit down at the table together. And sometimes I'll bring it over to the table with us, but we usually just come back here and get what we want and go sit down and visit and eat. I'm going to use the whole onions. Sprinkle them around. And there you have it. Shrimp fried rice. Okay, y'all, you've got another one for 1 or 2, so put it in your little 1 or 2 cookbook and be sure that you try it. The next time you cook rice and gravy, or rice for a breakfast cereal, or rice for gumbo, or whatever you cook your rice for, cook you enough to have a cup and a half extra, and you'll be ready to make your shrimp fried rice. And if you don't have a place to get fresh shrimp, the little shrimp that are fixed for the cocktail, every one that I've ever bought is sweet and good. I know the Kroger is, and they have a smaller one, and then I always get the big one because there's usually several here eating when I pull one out of the freezer. But that's one way to have some shrimp on hand to make this if you want to. I guess you could use anything, but if you're going to make shrimp fried rice, I reckon you better use shrimp, huh? Y'all try it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you put in yours. This is just a basic. Again, it's just a palette. Color it however you want to. Put the things in it that makes your tummy smile and makes you feel satisfied. Y'all, take care of yourself. Share the channel with your friends, please, and help the channel to grow. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm enjoying sewing aprons for y'all, and if you haven't watched the apron video showing you what cloth I have available, I'll put a link down below. And if you wear aprons, or if you want to start thinking about Mother's Day, even Christmas, you know, get some shopping done ahead of time and shop with apron strings. That'll help me and that'll help you. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. And let me just tell y'all, if you've never read the book of Psalms, chapter 91, get your book out and read it. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Folks, that's a good place to be right now. It's very safe, very comforting. It's a good place to be. Read Psalms 91 and see what you think about it, and see if you can find some comfort in that chapter. I'll see y'all again Saturday with something really good. And in the meantime, sit down with your family and have a meal. Share some memories. Make some memories. Love on each other. Today is a gift. It's the present, and we're not promised tomorrow. Open this gift and enjoy it and get all the joy out of it you can. I'll see y'all in a day or two.